This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 16th of April. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions, temperatures again above average today, but we will see cooler daytime highs tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, thanks to an area of low pressure that'll move across the area. Now, we had been looking at some rain chances here. Are those still on the table? What about that forecast for Easter Sunday? And so much more. We're going to talk about all of it as we dive on in and discuss. First, the almanac from yesterday. 94 degrees was the afternoon high, 67 the morning low, 85 and 61 are the averages for this time of year. Taking a look outside right now at 8:40 a.m., we've got mostly sunny sky. We're sitting at 73 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point's 30, humidity 20%, wind from the east at 7, and the barometer is steady. Satellite picture out here across the west, and we've got that area of low pressure off to the west of us. High clouds mainly to the west and north of Arizona. Today should be mostly sunny across much of the state. We did have a few little showers around yesterday. We are not expecting to see that across southern Arizona today. All right, here's the watch warning map. And again, not a lot of high impact events ongoing. We do, of course, have some red flag warnings scattered about here in the southwest. Fire danger is elevated, and you're going to have to be aware of that. We get some wind and even some snowflakes possible well to the north of Arizona across parts of Montana and Wyoming. Convective outlook for today, we've got the marginal risk of severe storms, level 1 out of 5 from parts of the Texas Panhandle north and eastward to Wichita, Topeka, and Kansas City. And the precipitation outlook valid through Wednesday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, generally very light if we see anything at all, just a few hundredths of an inch, and it's very possible that most of us don't see anything at all. The concentration of precipitation should be across northern Arizona, where amounts will generally be at or under 1/2 inch, and I would suspect even up there, most spots don't see very much, as this weather system that's coming through does not look nearly as promising as it once did. And we'll talk about that in more detail right now as we get to the models. Have a look at it. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run. This is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Our area of low pressure continues off the California coast, just sitting out there spinning around. It'll eventually begin to move eastward. What it means for us with that west-southwesterly flow down at the surface for the rest of the day today, mostly sunny and still rather warm. Highs upper 80s and low 90s. Will be several degrees above where we ought to be for this time of year. For tonight, the sky will be clear to mostly clear, but temperatures should be lower with overnight lows generally in the mid-50s to low 60s here in the valley. And then tomorrow, some clouds around in the afternoon, but I'd still say it's mostly sunny with high temperatures topping out in the upper 70s and low 80s. Yes, it will be cooler tomorrow by about 10 degrees. We will see some breezy conditions as well as this area of low pressure begins to move east. We've got a broader low that's swinging through up to the north. Now, initially, that low to the north was going to drop in through the Great Basin and kind of consolidate with our Southern California low and form into a broader area of low pressure right along the Southern California coast. That was the initial thinking. But now it looks like that low to the north is going to drop south a bit through the Great Basin and kind of brush by and pull that Southern California low eastward, opening it up into a wave and weakening it as it does. So really prospects for precipitation don't look great for us. Here we go. This is Friday. If we are going to see precipitation, this would be the day it probably happens, Friday or Friday night. We'll see an increase in clouds, call it partly sunny for Friday, and it will be a bit cooler with highs in the mid to upper 70s. As for precipitation chances, again, across northern Arizona, that's the more likely spot. Here in the southern deserts, doesn't look great. This is, let's show you the high resolution models. We're kind of in range of those now. This is the 3-kilometer NAM at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And this is the simulated radar product. And, you know, the radar probably doesn't look exactly like this, but the idea is some showers moving across northern Arizona. Maybe a stray shower gets as far south as northern Maricopa County. Again, I do believe there could be a couple of showers around, but the chance of rain is very, very low here in the southern deserts on Friday. Not zero, but I do not think that we're going to see much in terms of meaningful precipitation here in the south central deserts on Friday. or Friday night. And we only have about a 10 to 20% probability of seeing any rainfall here. And again, high temperatures on Friday. Yeah, mid to upper 70s, breezy conditions. Now, some of our model guidance is still a little bit split on this, right? So let me show you. This is the SREF, the short range ensemble forecast, and it actually has rain amounts. The ensemble mean is just under 1/10 of an inch. And while that's not much to write home about, that's more than what I'm thinking, which I think most of us see either nothing or a trace of rain. Maybe a few spots in northern Maricopa County upslope areas might pick up a few hundredths of an inch, but the SREF is still the most bullish, if you want to call, 1/10 of an inch bullish on precipitation around here. All right, let's go to the weekend. This low, which again was thought to kind of move very slowly, but thanks to the more progressive upstream system, this is going to move out pretty quickly. So by Saturday, it's out of here. We turn mostly sunny. High temperatures will start to warm up. Highs probably anywhere from the mid 70s to low 80s here in the southern deserts. And again, no precipitation here on Saturday. So let's go to Easter Sunday. Looks like a gorgeous day, albeit getting warmer with highs mostly in the 80s, mid 80s around here. And the sky will be sunny. The air will be dry. Monday, we're in the upper 80s to low 90s with the sky mostly sunny. And we're not going to see a big ridge building in because broad troughing should set up over the Pacific Northwest coast. Maybe a baggy trough sets up just to the west of us by the middle part of next week. Here's Tuesday. So high temperatures will probably be holding in that upper 80s, low 90s range during this time, which is just slightly above average, but not at all out of bounds for late April in Phoenix. And again, we will see some high clouds at times at best. That's about the only sensible weather we're going to pick up, maybe some afternoon breezes. So that will be how we look for next week. And this is a week from today, Wednesday the 23rd. Again, you see an area of low pressure over the Northeast Pacific, kind of a baggy trough maybe developing right along the West Coast. And when I say a baggy trough, it's a very weak trough, not really much in terms of vorticity or upsloping winds, lift, any of that with this around here. Again, a few clouds maybe, and temperatures held in check, upper 80s, low 90s. This is Thursday the 24th, same thing, just an area of low pressure off the Pacific Northwest coast. Precipitation possible up there, but around here, just some high clouds at times and temperatures holding somewhere between about 85 to 90. Here's the end of the forecast period, 10 days out, Friday the 25th. And again, there's a trough that exists just to the west of us. This far south, it's not particularly noteworthy, but just enough of a ripple in the flow for maybe a few clouds and temperatures, again, holding somewhere between the mid 80s to low 90s across southeast California, southwest, and south central Arizona, including Phoenix. All right, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This goes out through the end of the month, through the 30th of April. This is off the GFS ensemble. And again, a lot of the members have really given up on the idea of precipitation for Friday. A few of them do, though, and the ensemble mean, it's about 0.03 of an inch on this. The European ensemble is a little bit more bullish. And again, the ensemble mean is just a tick over 1/10 of an inch. So the European has been slightly more aggressive. Again, if you want to call 1/10 of an inch of rain aggressive, I guess it is relative to either nothing or 0.02 of an inch. So there is that. And there is still some uncertainty. Obviously, if we get this system coming through and it's a little bit stronger than anticipated, I guess we could see a shower or two. But either way, we're not looking at any real big rain chances for the rest of the month. Temperatures off the national blend of models, we're above average today, but then cooler tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. But then we start to warm it up. And by next week, the NBM is printing out highs, generally getting back into the low 90s, which, while that is slightly above seasonal averages, it is not anything crazy for late April in Phoenix. All right, let's take a look at the CPC outlook, Climate Prediction Center outlook. This is for the period of April 23rd to the 29th, the 8 to 14 day outlook. Temperatures slated to be, well, it's actually the CPC has temps, the probability slightly leaning toward below average temperatures for Southern California, Southwest Arizona, So around here, the probability is right around near average or maybe tilting towards slightly below average. So that would be good. As long as we're not seeing the red and the oranges on that map, that's always great. Precipitation is slated to be near average for us, which again, here in late April is just not much. But just as a bonus, and because people have already started asking about it, I know we're only here in mid-April, but let's talk about it anyway. Let's get out to the CPC outlook for the monsoon season. You want to do that? Want to venture out to the monsoon? Let's do it. I mean, this is fantasy world stuff, but we'll do it anyway. Here you go. This is for the period July, August, and September from the CPC. Temperatures are forecast to, of course, be above average around here. Although we're not in the deepest above average, the deepest reds and all that, but still above average temperatures are favored. But how about this? Above average precipitation is favored across Arizona and the Four Corners region here for the monsoon season, at least according to the latest outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Does that mean that's what's going to happen? No, it's probability based on the current long wave pattern and what we expect to see going into the summer, a diminishing La Nina. So it looks like above average precipitation across most of Arizona, New Mexico, and into parts of Utah and Colorado. Hey, we'll take it if that comes out to be accurate, especially after the last two monsoon seasons, and four of the last six have been absolutely dreadful for us here in most of Arizona. All right, now again, I want to remind you, we're in mid-April. These are outlooks for July, August, and September. So these will probably be updated several times between now and then, and we will see what happens. But there is hope. Man, we would love to see a great monsoon. I'll tell you, as a content creator, there is nothing worse than coming on here and telling you guys every day, well, more record heat in the valley, or dry conditions, temperatures above average, or dry conditions, no sign of rain. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants to. I don't want to be that messenger. So let's hope these outlooks pan out. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video, due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell. Leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really enjoy what we do here, you want to help support the channel, especially after good news like this. Hey, support the channel. Help us out. Click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, or even better than that, make a contribution to us via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Every single dollar helps us out, helps out this channel, helps us keep on going. We really do appreciate it. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, and proprietor of SweetChildAZ.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona, talking about my Michelle. Check her out, her blogs, videos, everything Michelle related is all linked up down in the description. And who knows, you might even find stuff related to Adriana. Who's Adriana? Well, you can find out for yourself when you look down there into Michelle's channel and all that stuff that's Michelle related. And so I encourage you to go check that out. Also related is our streaming station, available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that, so give that a listen. Again, linked up in the description, or you can go to kmgx.com and listen that way. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Really do thank you for all of that. You guys be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there, and have yourselves an absolutely epic rest of your Wednesday.